I wanted to take you back to when you were growing up. Tell about the firecrackers in the cigarettes.
Oh, that's funny. So Tosca, my brother and I, my mom was divorced, and we'd moved to Durban, which is a town on the coast in South Africa. And she was dating this guy that we did not like at all. And it turned out very badly for my mom, in that he was dating someone else, cheating on her. We knew it instinctively that this was wrong for my mom.
Because he had some of the same abuse traits as your
He was
dad,
different.
right?
He was just an ass.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm not allowed to say that on camera. He was just kind of douchey. And I was like, our mom deserves better than this
right,
guy.
you guys want what's best for your mom.
Right.
Yeah, right.
And so he was a smoker, and we were pretty hardcore non-smoking household. No one ever smoked or anything, and to this day, never really smoked. And we just thought it would be really funny to put these little fireworks inside of a cigarette, and it blows the cigarette apart. It's not safe.
Right.
Absolutely not safe.
Yeah.
But we didn't care about that. And so that was actually one of our proud moments. I think I was probably 7 years old, and we watched it happen. We watched him get so mad and storm out of the house, and we were like, "That's great."
Explain to me how it worked, where your mom's on holiday, and while she's gone, your sister sells her house and all her belongings.
Yeah, so that's my sister. You know, we're definitely a rambunctious group. So Tosca is a very determined person. She's the CEO of an amazing movie company. So I'm at that point 18, and I'm in my last year of high school, ready to go to Canada afterwards. And Tosca's 16. She's facing this idea of being stuck in South Africa for another 2 years to finish high school or whatever reason. And so my sister, in an entrepreneurial spirit, reaches out to, there'd been some discussions already at the time, but reaches out to the folks that she'd been talking to. And before my mom got back, my sister had agreed to terms. No email in those days either, right? So it's like really hard to communicate back and forth. Agreed to terms, had sold, my mom had to sign, of course, but had essentially sold the house and had organized all the movers, packed up all the furniture. And my mom just really didn't have a choice when she got back. Okay, we're moving to Canada.
And nobody said to your sister at any point during that, you might want to wait till your mom gets home before?
No, we were like, go for it.
and then when I was talking to your mom yesterday on the phone, she's like, yeah, I was fine with it.
I think we were all like, yeah, that sounds like the right thing to do.
Versus having waited probably a couple of years.
We grew up as a family that didn't really understand rules that much. Like, for example, when I say rules, I mean more like, hey, you should probably wait for your mom to come back. That's already a rule, but it's societal guidelines. Let's say that we had this idea, which was a really good idea, although I'm glad we didn't do it. My brother and my two cousins and I, we were working on this idea of a video arcade. We're like, of course, we found the location, we found a lease, and we negotiated for the arcade games, and I go to the city, here, we just need you guys to sign this stamp that we can have a business. And they look at me like, where's your parents? And I said, oh, no, my parents aren't involved. They're like, oh, well, we need an adult, someone over the age of 18 has to sign this. So I go back to my cousins and my brother, like, we need someone to sign this that's older than us, that's 18. And of course, my dad was like, no, you guys were in high school. You're not going to run a video arcade game.
Would have only further fed a lifetime addiction to video games you guys have, right?
Exactly. It would have been a great business, but I think if we had done that, we would have dropped out of high school